What's up, guys? Cody from the Top Hat Dudes here again to do Cody's Comic Reviews. I'm back for another episode, and today I'm doing trade backs. But I know what you're asking yourself, Cody, what the fuck's a trade back? And I'm here to tell you, well, what a trade back is when we have big, long storylines in comic books. They like to compress them together into one book, because who really has time to go out and buy every copy of Secret Invasion or Infinite Crisis? Nobody has time, and nobody has the money to do that. There's a shit ton of stuff. So yeah. So, nice guys at DC, Marvel, Vertigo, Image, all these people bundle them together for us, and they do some really good jobs with them. And I'm here to review two of not important ones in my opinion, but really good reads while we're at it. So, let's jump right into it. Last week I did Marvel first, so let's do DC this time. First off, we have Batman Battle for the Cowl. What Batman Battle for the Cowl is about is Batman is dead, and so now Gotham needs a new Batman. But who will become the new Batman? Well, let me tell you, it's not Damian Wayne, because he's dead. Just kidding, he died in New 52, but we'll get to that later. Alright, back to what I'm talking about. Alright, so what is going on is, Batman is dead. It's up to the Bat family to decide and save Gotham, because right now, Gotham is in a war between crime lords. I want to say it's either Penguin and Two-Face or Penguin and Black Mask. I don't really know right now. It's been so long since I've read it. I need to sit down and read it again, because it's really good. Anyways, back to what the story is about. It mainly focused on Dick Grayson and how everyone wants him to step into the shoes and be the new Batman. But he sits down and he's like, I don't want to be the new Batman. I've grown to be my own person. I've grown to be Nightwing. I don't want to step in the shoes of Batman. And everyone's sitting there like, but Dick, we need a new Batman. Well, guess who steps up to the plate? Jason Todd. But he's not a good Batman. He's quote-unquote evil Batman, because he's running around shooting people. Although, I prefer that over simple, hey, here's the veteran, bitch, boom. No, shoot the fucker, he's dead. Alright, back to the story. So Jason Todd is trying to be Batman in this one. And, he's going out, he's killing villains like he always is. And, people have been noticing how all the villains are like, there's a new Batman, there's a new Batman. And Dick Grayson and Tim Drake are kind of like, who the fuck is this new Batman? Well, Tim Drake takes it upon himself to don the cowl and go out and try to find this new Batman. He wears the old Batman suit with the blue and the gray and the old school Batman symbol. He goes and wears that and goes out and tries to find him. And well, him and Catwoman run into him. And you get this epic fight between Tim Drake and Jason Todd, where yeah, it's a little bit back and forth, but then in the end, Jason Todd wins like he always does. Because he always beats Tim Drake. I'm sorry, it's what happens. Not hating on any of you Tim Drake fellows, but I love Jason Todd really. And so Dick finds out that Tim is missing and the suit's missing, so Dick goes out and he's like, I'm gonna find whoever this guy is, and he realizes it's Jason, and this epic battle ensues between Jason Todd and Dick Grayson, and awfully my favorite hero loses. Jason Todd loses, but he sends a very ominous message that you'll see him soon enough. And he falls off a cliff and disappears for a little bit. He comes back later, but still, great read so far. And we're not even done yet. They start bringing back characters at the end. You get to see Spoiler come back. Don't think it's the original Spoiler, but still, if Spoiler comes back, that's a good character in Batman comic books. Oh no, I really like this one. I thought it was really good. I picked it up because I'm a collector of Jason Todd stuff, and he was in it. But I ended up really liking what happened. There's some great mini stuff in here where you get to see how all these superheroes come to Gotham to help save Gotham. You get to see, who is it? Bruce. Bruce uses a will, and he talks to Jason in the will, and he's like, pretty much telling him, like, hey, you need psychiatric help about what happened, about how you died and came back. And they did so much character development in this for Jason Todd and Dick Grayson. Because you get to see at the end, Dick Grayson does become Batman. And it's good, because that means there's a Batman again. For at least a little bit until New 2 comes around. It's just Bruce again. But anyways, then you get to see Jason Todd has gone off the deep end pretty much, and you can't tell if it's because Bruce died and he's dealing with that in his own way, or if it's because the Lazarus Pit that brought him back to life is finally taking its effect. And there's just so much going on in this book. I love to read it. I really suggest you pick it up. It's a really cheap one. It's only $10 online. It's just really good to read. I really would suggest sitting down and read it if you want a cheap trade back to read. Yeah, so that's what I suggest for DC this week. Let's get into for Marvel for this week. The Marvel one I suggest is Venom by Rick Remender. Guys, highly suggest you read stuff from because I really enjoy his writing. What this is about is it has Venom 1 through 5 of the new Marvel series. And what's going on in this book is we get to introduce a new Venom. An American war hero is how they introduced him. And we get to find out it's Flash Thompson, who, at first, even I was a little bit like, I don't know how I feel about this, because to me, Venom will always be Eddie Brock. It won't be Matt Gargan, that shitty piece of fuck. Fuck him. It should have been Eddie Brock, not Matt Gargan. But anyways, after reading this, I like Flash Thompson as Venom. I think he is a great character. As always, Rick Remender does a great job of showing me just who he is and what he has wrong with him and why I should be interested in him. Because Rick Remender always points out these flaws that make the character human. And the flaw that Flash Thompson has is that he has father issues. His dad was an alcoholic and abused him. Fraser abused his wife too. And Flash's mom, you know what I'm talking about. And that alcoholism has passed on down to Flash. Flash is an alcoholic, and he has to deal with it. And there's an iconic scene at the end of one of these issues, I want to say in here, where Flash is rolling around in his wheelchair because he has no legs sometimes, and he's pretty much like, my old man used to tell me, where God wants you, he will take you, and how there was a wheelchair ramp to a pint, but stairs to the church where he wanted to go. So and then he rolls off, and they do some really nice quotes from old poets, I want to say. It was really iconic. I really liked it a lot. It was something that stuck out to me, and I really enjoyed it. Overall, it introduced a really new character. You get to see some very interesting villains like Jack-o'-lantern and Kraven the Hunter, and you get to see Flash meeting his hero Spider-Man for the first time, and then Spider-Man just sits there and is like, "Oh my God, it's Venom! I gotta beat him up," because you know, Spider-Man and Venom, perfect villain and hero. This really kind of turned Venom straight up into an anti-hero instead of being kind of a mix between a villain and an anti-hero. After reading it, like I said, I greatly appreciate what they did with Flash and what they did with the Venom character and all. I haven't been able to pick up any more after this. I need to sit down and try to find 6, 7, and 8 because I know that's when the Spider Island storyline starts. I really read those. Yeah, I'm a little behind. I know they're on issue 36, which I went to the comic book store today. Issue 36 of Venom has one of the coolest covers. Like, oh my God, go check it out. Like, Google it. Like, just fucking Google it. It looks so cool. This actually was what wanted me to read Thunderbolts too. I actually almost bought Thunderbolts today. I'm trying so hard to start getting into that one too. It's really hard right now, trying to save up money and stuff, so I can do these shows for you and talk about comic books on the podcast. You know, I gotta be able to pump out some stuff and buy comic books to talk about with you guys. But anyways, I really suggest you read this if you're looking to get into the Marvel comics. There's other trade backs out there I recommend you read too. Like, try to read some of the new Marvel Nows. Try to read this. Try to read anything. Only thing, my biggest gripe about this is only 1 through 5. I wish it had been like maybe 1 through 7. I mean, I know 6, 7, and 8. I want to say start Spider Island, but yeah, they could have done a lot with it. Like they could have added a lot more. I mean, I'm fine with paying an extra $5 for a few more issues. I really don't care, but it'd be much better with a few more issues in it. I understand they're trying to kind of give an origin story for the new Venom, which they did really well. I must admit, they did great. Rick Remender as always. I mean, I know I shove it down you guys' throat every chance I get that he's one of my favorite writers, but he just is. I love his stuff. I love what he's doing with Captain America, which I'm going to read 6 and 7 today, and I'm going to lose my fucking mind because it's so fucking good. And I got Uncanny Avengers #1. Gonna read that too. Can't wait to see how that goes. But anyways, time for my favorite segment where I talk about an oldie but a goodie. Let's get into it. Alright, I have for you guys Batman. Alright, I have for you guys Batman was 650. I think there's a delay there. There's a window behind me. What this is about is the conclusion of Batman Under the Hood, the Red Hood. As I've advocated before, I'm a huge Red Hood fan. Favorite DC character in fucking history. Like, I love his character. I love Jason Todd so much. He's such a good character. And this is the issue where it all comes to a close, where you get to see Jason, Joker, Batman, all in the same room. You get to see the most epic dialogue in any comic book I've ever read. How Jason sits there and he's like, "Is it him or me? You only got a headshot," and he's crying at that point. And you're just, I wanted to cry with him. I almost did, actually. I fucking read this and I almost cried because I was like, wow, it's so fucking good. Holy shit. The entire Batman Under the Red Hood storyline is just so good to me. I'm so glad that Judd Winnick brought back Jason Todd. It was the greatest event in fucking DC history in my point of view. I know there's probably other people who are like, hell no, Cody, what the fuck you talking about? But fuck you, this is what I think. And this is my show, so I get to say what I think. Back to this. It was, and there's a panel in the back where you get to see how they think Jason Todd is dead again, and it's just Batman reliving that same awful situation that he did back in A Death in the Family, where he loses Jason Todd the original time. And it was just really well done. I love this issue. I highly suggest if you pick up this one, pick up every other issue of Batman on the Red Hood. You can buy it all in a trade back. But that's for another episode. Other stuff. So I'm gonna start doing a little bit extra. I want to talk not only about comics, but stuff that's happening in comics. Keep you guys up to date, so you can know what's going on in the comic book world. Let's get right into it. September. September is looking like a very big month. We're gonna have Infinity from Marvel. It's gonna do a bunch of team up of let's see, Superior Spider-Man, Luke Cage, the new Power Man. His name escapes me. There's a few other characters. She-Hulk I know is in there somewhere. A bunch of characters that like you wouldn't think are gonna team up, and are gonna have to save the world from Thanos while the Avengers are away. All the original Avengers are all away, and this like team of people you've never seen team up before really are gonna come together and save the planet. Looking very good in my opinion. I like the team lineup. I mean, there's some characters I haven't heard of. I think it's gonna be very good. It's gonna be something really interesting to see. Another thing coming from Marvel, either in November or maybe still September, they're coming back with What If comics. If you don't know what a What If comic was, Marvel did these really cool things where they go, what if, and like they'd be like, what if the Fantastic Four never was? What if the Fantastic Four all changed powers? What if Spider-Man had never gotten bit by that radioactive spider? All this stuff, like all these what if comics, and like some really cool stuff spawned from it. Like I remember probably the most iconic one was what if the Venom symbiote attached to the Punisher, and you got to see this really badass fucking looking guy in the Venom symbiote with a Punisher skull with those spider legs and a freaking AK-47 in his hand. This is an iconic cover I got to see one time. They're doing What If Avengers versus X-Men, and what they're doing is you're gonna see how the Avengers versus X-Men is a lot different this time. It's gonna be a lot of your main characters are dead, and you're gonna see how people are dealing with those deaths in the comic books. It's gonna be a 4-issue thing, and I'm really pumped for it. I think it's gonna be great. I really want to see what happens in it because I like the idea of Avengers vs X-Men. I really think they should have done it a lot better. I think some people should have died, and this is finally getting a chance to see that hey, some people died. So I'm really pumped about that. DC side, we get Villains Month in September, and what they're doing is villains are getting their own individual issues. Like you're gonna get like Batman 23.1 is gonna be like the Joker. I want to say you're gonna get Superman .1 is Bizarro, and you're getting finally some characters who haven't been introduced in the New 52. Finally, are getting introduced. Here we are, like a year, almost 2 years later. Yeah, it's almost actually it's a year. Yeah, almost a year later. We're getting so we're gonna see some villains we haven't seen yet, and it's really good, looking good for DC. Marvel and DC doing two very big events that I really like. What else? DC has another event coming up. What is it? It's on the tip of my tongue. I can't remember it. Trinity War. Wow, how can I not forget that? Infinity, Trinity, come on. Trinity War, looking very good. It's gonna be really interesting to see all three different Justice Leagues that's fighting each other. I'm interested to see how Green Arrow acts with the Justice League, because you know they kind of he was in the original Justice League, not the original Justice League. He was in Justice League before New 52, so why isn't he in? He's in the Justice League of America now. Martian Manhunter, I want to see how he acts. Justice League Dark, I want to really see. I want to go what happen if I swear to God, if they sit there and Pandora changes it all back to no New 52, all this shit is just an alternate universe. That was the thing going on just for a year. I'm gonna be a little pissed, DC. I hope you understand. I hope you're gonna get a letter from me. So yeah, don't fucking do that. That's a bad idea, okay? Not something none of us fans. Oh, some fans may want it because New 52 really didn't sit on a lot of people very well. But yeah, that pretty much wraps up what DC and Marvel are doing. Fortunately, I don't know very much about Image. I'm sure they're still going with Walking Dead. I really need to sit down and introduce to some Image comics so you guys, you Image fans out there, can enjoy the show as well. But I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best, guys. I promise. Man of Steel came out Friday. Haven't gotten to go see it yet. Probably gonna go see it soon. Can't wait for that. Wolverine coming out next month, maybe next month. Deadpool game. Ooh, Deadpool game comes out June 25th. That's looking good. I really want to get that. May have to sit down and try and do a let's play for you guys. Excuse me. Well, guys, that wraps up the show for me this week. Hope you really enjoyed. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you want more from me, or just all those Top Hat dudes. I know Devin and Zach from Top Hat dudes are trying their best to get some stuff uploaded. I'm gonna have a podcast next week, so be sure to check that out. Also, remember to go like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. And leave comments like, what do you want me to review next? I'm up to opinions. Anyways, that's episode number 2, guys. Thanks a lot. Bye.